Hi there, wonderful awakening beings and spiritual souls. Jo Rose of JoRose.com, numerologist and energy forecaster. And in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the calculation for the essence number. As you recall, I've already put up a video, Essence versus Personal Year, to explain the value of both. And I'll leave a link below for that particular video. In that video, I clarify the difference between the time it takes to move through one of these cycles, the personal year and the essence number, and the formation of how it works. The personal year is all about what is affecting us externally, coming towards us, and the essence number is the internal reaction that we're having. I've attempted to shoot this video a number of times. The weather keeps changing and now the sun is beaming in, and so I've just got my fingers crossed that we can get this to work in this video. Now behind me I've got the formula that I mentioned to you in that video, and I said get a pen and paper together and write down across the top the numbers 1 to 9, as I've got here in the blue, 1 to 9. Just hope that you can see this. I'll obviously know you can see it because when I put it up, I'll have put it up because you can see it, so I won't correct myself anymore on that. Once you've got the 1 to 9, we take the alphabet A to Z and we go systematically along each row. So we start with A under 1, B under 2, C under 3, D under 4, all the way along to the I under the 9. When we've run out, we come back to the beginning. J goes under 1. We work all the way along to the R, back to the beginning, and S goes under the 1. Ending with the Z under the 8, because there are only 26 letters of the alphabet and not 27. The example I worked with in the previous video was Anne Belinda Charles, which I've got here. Anne Belinda Charles. And I did it ABC, as in Anne is an A, Belinda is a B, C is Charles, because I knew I wasn't going to go all the way through to work this out because it's a lengthy process and you have to do this same formula for every year. Now, the essence number, unlike the personal year number, does start on your birthday or from your date of birth. The personal year runs January to December and works with the universal, the calendar year that is going on around the world. So when Anne Belinda Charles was born, in this very first year, 0 to 1, she will have an essence number. She will also have a personal year number, but in this essence period, she will have 2 different personal years. So let's take a look at how we calculate this. We're always going to go back to this table to work it out. And while it's the energy 1 to 9, also for this particular piece of information, when we see a 1, that letter lasts for 1 year. When we see a 5, that letter lasts for 5 years. When we see an 8, that letter lasts for 8 years, as is with all the numbers. Let's just start working this out to see if it helps you understand more, because I've had so many people contact me or bump into me at an event somewhere and say, how do you work this out? Really, this is the real deep part of numerology, and you're better off having a full reading to really understand. But we'll start here. So we're going to start with the 0 to 1 time. The first letter of Anne is an A, and when we look at the chart, it falls under a 1. So we would write A for 1 year. When we look at the second letter of Anne's name, it's an N. We look at the chart, the N falls under a 5. So we're going to do an N 5 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The third letter in Anne's name just so happens to be an N, which we already know is going to last 5 years. So we repeat this. 1 N, 2, 3, 4, 5. The last letter in Anne's first name is an E. Look at the chart, 5 energy. Anne's got an overdose or a lot of 5 energy here. And understanding how many times a number appears or the value of it, that also gives you something else in numerology. Maybe another video in the future. But we're going to put 5 E's now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, you might be thinking, so the names run out now, what do we do? Well, as in everything, there is no beginning and end. We start again. So we go back to A. So A lasts for 1 year. And then we'd work with the N again, which would last for 5. But we're doing this example up to 18. So while we've used 2 of those, 19, 20 and 21, we'd finish off that particular energy with the first N, and we'd move on to the second N and then the E, and then we'd go back round again. Now let's look at the second name. The second name begins with a B, and if we look up here, the B is under the 2 energy. So the B is going to last 2 years. The next letter is an E. We know that here the E will last for 5 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The following letter for Belinda is an L. If we look for the L, it's under the 3, so it's going to last for 3 years. 1, 2, 3. Now we've got an I, and the I falls under the 9. So the I lasts for 9 years. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if we was going on, we'd then look at the N, which would last for 5 years. But we're stopping at 18 in this example. Let's move on to the surname Charles. Now, Charles begins with a C. We look for the C. That's a 3. So the C is going to last for 3 years. The next letter is an H. Under our chart, it's an 8. So we're going to do the H for 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. After the H, we have an A. Remember, the A lasts for 1 year. Now we've got an R, and the R comes under the 9, so it lasts for 9 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we would have 2 more, 19 and 20, would finish off that particular R. As with the first name, when we get to the end, we go round again. Now you'll see, because Anne is shorter than the other names, this will go round quicker. So it's rare to see the repeat in the same format as in the ABC. But what we do see is many times here, for example, we've got NEH, 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 NEH. Now we've got that for 4 times. So that essence number is going to last for 4 years. How do we get to the essence number? This was the calculation that I mentioned in the previous video. So if we work from birth to the first, just before the day before the first birthday, we would add together the energy A, B, C, which is A is a 1, B is a 2, C is a 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals 6. So in the very first year of Anne's life, her internal, her essence is a 6 energy. Now, in the next year, we're going to add together the 5 of the N plus the 2 of the B plus the 3 of the C, which gives us 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. In numerology, we write the combination of numbers like this. This way we understand how a number is made up, and this is why it's so important to add everything correctly. So here we've got a 1 energy. Let's move on to this following year. So we've got the 5 again from the N plus, now we've got a new letter here, an E, which is a 5, plus a C, which is a 3. So this now equals 13, 4. So we would put a 4 here. Now let's pick a random, 16 is a special age in somebody's life. So let's see at 16, from the 16th birthday onwards, what essence energy Anne is going to have. So we've got here the A, which is a 1. We've got the I, which is a 9. And we've got the R, which is a 9. 9 and 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19. 1 and 9 is 10. 1 and 0 is 1. So for the 16th birthday, there will be a 1 energy. And this is how we work out the essence number. Now, I mentioned in the video that Anne is born into a personal year 3. So the year Anne was born, it was, let's see if I change my colour pen, can we work this out? So Anne had initially the personal year 3 from her birthday, and let's assume she was born in June. And so from June till the end of December, Anne has a personal year 3. But from the 1st of January, even through that very first birthday to that following December, Anne will be in a personal year 4. So this is how it works. She's got 2 energies in her first year, external energies in her first year. So for the first 6 months of her life, she's affected from the 3 energy that's going on. It's all about expression. And now in the next 6 months of her life, she may find that there's a little bit more control and system going around, and that's what she needs to develop with. But she's doing both of those from the 6th energy. Now, good luck with working this out. I wish you all the best. Everything in numerology is simple, and the numbers are not that complicated to understand how to calculate them. You just need your fingers, maybe your toes even. This is the formula to work out your essence number. Have a go at working yours out. Leave your result in the link below. I'd love to hear from you. And let me know if now, after watching the first video, and watching this video, you now understand how to calculate your essence number. Remember, your essence number is what you are looking internally to evolve with. Anne was originally looking for a 6, then a 1, then a 4. We've worked out here actually, in the next 4 years, Anne will have the same number. So let's just work this one out, shall we? So what have we got here? We've got the N, which is a 5, plus the E, which is a 5, plus the H, which is an 8. Equals 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 8 is 18. 1 plus 8 is 9. So over these next 4 years, Anne has got a very 9 energy. This is all about transformation and forgiveness, compassion, the external, the environment and humanity and so on. The numbers mean the same wherever they come. It's how they affect us and what part of us is working on that particular number. So again, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, press the like, leave a comment, share. I'd love to get out there and connect and help, because when we can understand how to vibrate from our numbers, we come from a very solid, stronger foundation in moving forward. And when we live true to our numbers, we get to express ourselves in our true being, and we get to live bigger, bolder, brighter and better. And just for that, I'm standing right in the sunshine so you can hear this. Leave a comment below, get in touch with me, let me know what kind of things you would like to find out on the videos, and perhaps I could be making that video in the very near future. Take care for now, and I'll see you in my next video.